Hi, so we're here at the Zebra Project. We've had a brilliant discussion on ethics and a new era of governance for machine learning and artificial intelligence. And I'm here with one of our panelists, Tom Flowerdew, who's a lead data scientist for Featurespace. Glad I got that right. Thank you, Tom. So, Tom, your organisation uses machine learning to help identify fraud. Can you explain a bit more about how that works and what you do?
Yeah, so essentially we do what we call adaptive behavioural analytics. And the idea behind this is that we store statistical profiles of customers so we can understand intimately exactly what makes a customer tick. So, for example, we can learn their spending patterns and we can learn when it's unusual. So along with the more classical way of doing fraud detection, which is to learn about how fraudsters act, we can combine these together to achieve very impressive performance. So for example, when I see a particular payment, I can say, how unusual is this for the customer? How unusual is this for the merchant? How unusual is this for the country? And also, how similar is this to fraud? And bringing all these attributes together gives you a very, very comprehensive picture of exactly how much risk there is in here for the customer.
Okay, and we've talked to other panelists about the importance of transparency in decision making, so people understand what's being done when AI reaches decisions. But you guys are quite a nuanced position in that you might not necessarily want everyone to know how your decisions are reached.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So the general idea that you want machine learning systems to be transparent is obviously a good idea. So you want them to be able to uphold their decisions, say why I made this decision. It wasn't because of discrimination, it wasn't because of any terrible ideas, it was based on logic and the data we see. But for frauds, this could lead to unintended consequences. So for example, say I managed to write some algorithm which managed to explain the decisions that the machine learning system made really, really well. And now say that whenever someone had their card declined at a terminal, they could then phone up their bank and say, why was it declined? And it would give a perfect answer. Now, obviously the point of the models that I make and Featurespace makes is that they're anti-fraud. So a lot of the people that will phone up will be the fraudsters. And they'll say, hey, why did this get blocked? And if we said, oh, it was because this, and this, they'll then know what to do next time to try and get around the system. Now, the way we build models is quite smart in that they adapt to this kind of gaming the system idea.
Yeah.
But the way it does this is by reinforcement. So it receives labels and says, okay, I made a mistake there, or okay, that was a good decision. So you only be as quick as the labels you receive.
Yeah.
So in a way, if for anti-fraud, if you exposed entirely the secret source of the solution, you're just giving the fraudsters exactly what they need to get around it.
Okay, fair enough. And very finally, Tom, just one piece of practical advice for any business that they might come to you and say, I need an AI solution. What would you say to them?
My advice is very simple. It's just get ready for AI. So there's a common maxim to do with AI, which is garbage in, garbage out. So if you presented the best machine learning experts in the world with utterly useless data or data that didn't represent the business problem that you're trying to solve, they won't be able to solve it. At the same time, if you give a solution to a company which had no knowledge of machine learning, well, how are they to know if they're making good or bad decisions in terms of maintaining this model and make sure it's going to work well in the long term? So simple education is definitely the best way to go.
Tom, thanks for your time. That's brilliant.
No problem. Cheers.